Okay, guys, we are back again. Today we are in downtown Birmingham, Alabama. Today we have a beautiful young lady. What's your name?
My name is Brandy.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 38.
38 years old?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Wow, wow, wow. Are you originally from Birmingham?
I'm from Huntsville, Alabama.
Okay, okay. How far away is that from here?
It's about an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right at the Tennessee line,
Okay,
Madison County.
okay, awesome. How long have you been out here in Birmingham?
I got out of prison. I EOS my prison sentence on August the 30th. And right now they do mandatory releases, so they let you out a little early on an ankle monitor. And I was having some medical issues with the monitor, and I didn't like it, so I had to finish my remainder of my 45 days until I EOS in Jefferson County Jail. And I just didn't go back home, so I've been trying to find a job, and I knew there was a lot of housing opportunities here, although they're not housing opportunities, not as many housing opportunities for felons unless you want to join a program. And I feel like I just got out of prison. I don't really want to go back and sleep in the same room with like 10 other girls.
Oh,
So
wow.
I've just been living on the street for the past 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah.
Wow, okay, okay. If you don't mind me asking, how come you got locked up and sent to prison?
There were some young guys. They stopped me, and I was on my way to work, and the bus was running late, and they wanted me to deposit. They wanted me to cash a check for them, and I knew better. But I went ahead and went to my bank and was going to deposit this check into my checking account and try to cash it, not knowing that it was stolen. They said they were going to put me on payroll, and the check was stolen.
Oh, okay. So basically like fraud or something like that?
I got possession of a forged instrument, which is a Class D felony.
Yeah.
But I had been to prison before. There was a young lady who jumped on me, and I stabbed her with a crack pipe, nonetheless.
Oh, wow.
And
You
they,
stabbed her up with the crack pipe?
yeah, I did, and it was just a mistake. I'm not proud of it, but I just didn't do probation very well because you have to follow all of. You can't fail a drug test for one, and I don't know when the last time that I could pass a drug test was.
Right.
So
So is crack your choice of drug?
I really am more of an alcoholic
Okay.
now.
Alcoholic?
But in my 20s, I smoked crack. I shot cocaine for about five, 5 to 7 years, and then cocaine really wasn't any good anymore. It was dangerous to shoot. It was making people sick. And so I started smoking crack. I quit shooting up. I don't shoot up anymore. And I just come from a long line of drug addicts and alcoholics. And so I know that unless I'm fully ready to quit everything,
Yeah.
then it's kind of hard. And they're just now starting to give addicts an option, like with Suboxone therapy, which I don't
Oh, okay,
do
okay.
heroin or anything like that. But
That's good. That's good.
so hopefully I can get some type of pharmaceutical prescription medicine illegal that will
Right.
help me to
Okay.
stay away from the illicit drugs that I've been
Right.
using.
Understood. Yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely. So, how long were you sentenced for?
I had a 3-year sentence, which is similar to a year and a day.
They gave you 3 years?
I
Okay.
did a year.
And you did a
I
year and a
did a
day?
year.
So right now you're out on.
I'm finished. I
Okay.
EOS.
Nice. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Nice,
I
nice.
EOS. I'm done.
No more ankle monitor,
No
anything.
more nothing anymore.
Wow, how did that feel to be free again?
I like not having to go talk to them every day because I had to report every day. So it's like you go into the parole office every day, and there's people getting in. They get high inside the parole office.
Oh wow.
I just didn't like it.
Yeah, it probably was
like
tempting at certain times too, right?
Yeah.
Seeing most people doing, that stuff, and
There's a lot of sex offenders getting out.
You say it again.
There's a lot of sex offenders. They want a big lawsuit, and they're
Ah,
getting released. And there's people that did like 20 or 30 years now. It's good. The reason that they have you report every day is because it is a good program for people that have been locked up for a long period of time.
right.
And
So you got out and you came right here.
yeah, I actually was at the Love Lady, but I have social anxiety so bad. Like, I
I
do not
understand.
like being in a room with like a
Yeah,
whole lot of people.
with a lot of people. I
And I'm
understand.
claustrophobic now.
Okay, okay. So how was prison for you?
Oh my God, it's horrible.
It was
It's
horrible.
horrible.
Yeah.
They use wool blankets. There's no air conditioning. So in like February, there's a sweet young girl. She's about my age. Her name is Jennifer, and it's probably like 75 or 80 degrees, and she gets really cold. Really, she turns the heat on, and this building is like 200 years old.
Wow.
That's how old the prison is.
Yeah.
And we're in wool blankets. Oh my God, I got scabies so bad. I was so mad. I came home with scabies.
Wow.
It was horrible. I had never in my life had anything like it. And that was one reason I did not maintain staying in treatment, was because I was so itchy and irritated from coming home with scabies. And then now I've been actually, like, I called First Light, and they said call them Monday because I know it's about to get cold, and I really don't want to be outside during the
Right, right. It's gonna start getting really cold now.
It
Like
is
today
gonna
it's
get cold.
raining.
So it's an emergency shelter for mentally ill, and as far as everything that I've heard, First Light and the Salvation Army are two places that help people to get housing,
Yeah.
but you have to go through their program. So I'm considering going through the program, but I have to wait until Monday.
Yeah. Okay, okay. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So how has it been adapting from prison to being out here for 2 months?
Considering the fact that I'm from Huntsville and I've never experienced homelessness out of town, like, I've never really experienced homelessness anyway. So it makes me be very empathetic to people who've been living on the street for years, because I could go home and have somewhere to stay. I've just kind of been toughing it out. And in Huntsville, they don't provide you any housing opportunities. There's like 2 apartment complexes. There's 2 landlords that work with the government.
Yeah.
That will rent to people who have felonies, and it's not in the greatest neighborhood, so it's kind of hard to.
It's kind of hard to get away from the temptation.
Yes, exactly.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, because we're all like, the only places that we can rent are these 2 little areas of town.
Right.
And everywhere else is, unless you have the parents or somebody who's willing to rent for you. And at 38, most people's parents aren't ready to put their name on the line.
Right. So, what's the most craziest thing you've ever seen in prison? Like something that blew your mind that you'll never forget.
There's a man in women's prison now. That just started. They're doing hormone replacement therapy.
Oh, okay.
So there's several girls that are going through the change of becoming a man.
Okay.
These girls have life without sentences. They're never going home.
Yeah, okay, so these girls have life.
They have life without.
Life without.
They're never getting out.
Yeah, and
unless
now
something miraculous happens.
Right, right.
And so that was a little odd.
And now they want to be a man. You said?
Yeah, they got beards. They went through the whole process except for, the actual sex change. But
wow.
According to their blood or however they test you,
right.
Officially, they went through the whole hormone replacement process in prison, which is very odd.
That threw you off?
Yeah, and especially when you're in a room with in F dorm, there's 170 something women in there. And a good friend of mine, she's from Athens, but I knew her from Huntsville, and we had been friends for a long time. She's an alcoholic also, and she dabbles with cocaine some, and she hit a man with a golf club and killed him during a blackout.
Wow.
She's got life without. So it's nice to be able to see her and to see how her life is not progressing. Because I guess when you know that you're not going home or you're not getting out, it is a big change on, the outlook of your time that you do there. So
Makes sense.
she does the same thing every day. It's like Groundhog Day. It's the same thing over and over and over. But
Yeah.
it's hot. It's really, really hot down there in the summertime.
Oh,
There's
wow.
like, for every 2 people, there's a fan. So you can imagine how much room that you have with 175 women in one room. And I think there's 2 bathrooms, and I think there's 10 toilets for 175 women.
Oh, wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow, wow. And that prison is located in this
That's
state?
at Tutwiler in Wetumpka, Alabama.
Oh, okay, okay.
And so I had never seen the Tutwiler Hotel until I came to downtown Birmingham, because anytime I had ever been to Birmingham, I had only went to East Lake or Center Point or Tarrant, because I had my great grandparents from here.
Oh, okay, okay. So, do you have any plans besides possibly going to get help on Monday? Like, do you see yourself being on the streets for a long time, or?
No, I do not see myself being on the street for very long. So I actively have a couple of job interviews, which
Okay, nice.
I found out really quickly talking to one that a lot of jobs are not very friendly to hire people that are homeless.
Right, right, right.
But I personally have worked in fast food and just the food industry my whole life, off and on. So I'm confident I'll find a job. I have pretty good credentials and references from going
Yeah.
to work.
Okay, okay, nice, nice, nice. That's good to hear. That's really good to hear.
Yeah.
I love your drive, you know. You're still like, okay, I got to get things done.
Yeah.
I've spent this time in prison, now I'm out. What am I going to do?
And like the first month I was out, I just kind of didn't look for a job. I didn't even try to get an ID or anything like that.
Yeah.
So there's a couple organizations that will help you get your ID, and
Oh, wow, that's really big.
yeah,
Because
they pay for it and everything.
wow, because
That can be
that's
hard.
really, yeah, that's really a big problem nationwide with the homelessness. Their biggest problem is their states. They make it hard for them to get IDs,
Yeah.
and that should be the most easiest process.
Especially if you're not from there.
Yeah, yep, that should be the most easiest
They do.
process.
So Birmingham has made that
But they
process
make it
super
hard.
easy. It only took one day. I mean,
Oh,
you gotta
man.
wait in line a little bit. But
That's really nice.
it
Shout
was
outs
one
to
day.
Birmingham.
Yeah, I got my ID in one day. That was nice.
Yeah, that's really nice.
And they got tons of housing opportunities here.
Oh man, I
That
love
was
that.
a real eye opener about some of the programs they had. I had some friends in Huntsville that ended up migrating down to Jefferson County
Right.
because of some of the programs that they offer here for sick people.
Yeah.
And so that's a big eye opener. Like in Huntsville, we don't have a whole lot of people that are sick.
Right, right.
And so you gotta be careful, because
Right,
a
most
lot
definitely.
of people who are sick want you to be sick also.
Right, I
And they don't
understand.
really care. And it's amazing what I've noticed in some of
Yeah.
the people that get these people's checks. Like, why are these people living on the street and drawing a check?
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily their fault because of their mental state. Somebody's over your check for a reason, but
Yeah.
so that's been a little alarming to me about some of the 501c3s. And I was set up to graduate from Strayer University, which when
Oh,
I got
wow.
downtown, there's a Strayer right over here by the Greyhound.
Okay,
North
amazing.
20th. And so I'm hoping within the next year I can be finished, because I've got to pay for it out of pocket. I'm exhausted all my student loans, so I would
Yeah.
not be at this point. But
Oh yeah, you got to get back in
I know,
college. I love
but
that. That's so nice. That's so
I
nice.
finished paying off some of it.
Yeah. Those student loans.
Yes, I finished paying off some of it, and I'm getting ready to try to finish the 5 class, and I'm a business major, so philanthropy was kind of something I wanted to like try to do, like some
Nice.
research work and making
Yeah.
sure that some of the 501c3s are actually benefiting the people that are helping
Right.
and not just drawing a check.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Obviously, the money goes to the people that work there, but
Yeah.
is the money going to help the people that you're trying to help?
Right. Most definitely.
It's
I love that. So, if any of our subscribers see this video or your family, anyone around the world, do you have anything you would like to say to them? You know, family, friends.
I would suggest that kids stay off of drugs. I don't care if it's just CBD or alcohol. Definitely in moderation only. It's nothing that you want to get into your life or you like do it every day. I think you get in a habit,
Mm.
and it's hard to break those habits. It's really, really hard to break a habit. And also be empathetic to some of the people on the street. They're not all bad people.
Right. Please, please.
Yeah. And some people are so mentally distraught or caught in a whirlwind with trauma or something that has happened.
Yeah.
That they get so depressed they don't want to. Which I'm glad that hasn't been me. I'm not that depressed, but it's really an eye-opening experience because I too like thought when I would see somebody begging for some change or something, which I'd give them some change, but I was thinking, oh, they're just an alcoholic or a drunk. But a lot of times, there are some people on the street that aren't.
Right,
They're
most
not
definitely.
drug addicts or
Nope.
anything.
They're very, very
and they used to be
smart.
professional people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very smart, very intelligent, more smarter than the average person that I've ever met. It like honestly on the day to day.
Yeah.
The homeless people are the most nicest people I've ever met, and that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm out here getting those forgotten voices, of the world that the world just dismisses.
I've seen a lot of people that had everything going for them, like $200,000 homes, or and it not necessarily be drugs that drag you down, but
it could have been a bad deal,
bad business deal.
Yeah, I run into that a lot. There's plenty of people who ran multiple multi-million-dollar companies, and they did a bad deal, and they don't want to, call their parents and stuff because they want to stand on their decision. They want to bank on themselves, just like yourself.
Well, I made bad choices growing up.
Yeah.
And I just, until the last 10 years, I never really had a desire to change my life. I was never going to quit using drugs. I was never going to try to go to school or amount to anything. I was content where I was at. I mean, I paid my little $500 a month rent or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was okay with it. But there's an expungement program here in Birmingham, which I don't know that I qualify yet, but I know that I do qualify. My parole officer told me that my background is not that bad, which was kind of relieving to know that, for $20,000 I can, and, several years of not getting in any trouble at all.
Beautiful.
That I could qualify for an expungement, which would restore my right to vote.
Nice.
And it would restore my right to get a job where they do a background check or something like that.
Yeah, that's really good.
Especially if anywhere that hires young kids, they're not like people that have a violent charge. Now, nonetheless, I didn't just go attack some girl or anything like that. It was a mutual fight. Yeah. And I just so happened to be the one
that stabbed her with the cockfight.
I mean, it was just a little bitty. I mean, it was nothing like she went into hospital, got a few little stitches, and it was over. But and we were friends after that. But
I love that. Yeah,
we were. But
love that.
Still, I still went to prison over it.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
So if if someone would like to send you possibly some funds, housing assistance, anything, do you have an email, Facebook,
I do.
social media, anything? Can you please state that?
I'm on Facebook as Brandy with an I, Logan, Logan. And I don't post anything on my Facebook that is like drinking or using drugs.
Yeah.
I don't do anything like that on my Facebook. So And then my email address is urbananthropology2020@gmail.com.
Okay, awesome.
And I have been wanting to get there with my master's. I wanted to go into the urban anthropology program at UAB. There's only like 13 people in the whole program, but
Oh, nice.
it was just something like what I never experienced in urban. Huntsville doesn't have really an urban part of town. It's just
Yeah.
it's different. Like we don't have this big downtown area. I mean, our downtown's like the size of a dime.
Right, right. Well, thank you. Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
love this story. I hope one day you're able to get back to where you were in life, and I know you will. I have faith in you. You have the drive, you have the ambition. You came home from prison, and you're not allowing anything to stop you. So, thank you for your time, and I hope you
Don't
have a
focus on
great
the
one.
camera. Here you go. New blanket of Cleveland. This is Donnie.
Thank you,
Thank you.
and God bless you.
God bless you too. I'm